So we're back with another Amazon review video, and I can't believe it. I did it. I went and got the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra on Amazon Renewed already. This thing has been out for like 4 months or something, and it's already on Amazon Renewed. I'm going to tell you right now, depending on when you're watching this video, listen, I'm going to spoil it. You probably shouldn't buy this, at least not yet. I'll explain more about that later on in the video. But we're going to take a look at Samsung's current flagship on Amazon Renewed. If you're new to the channel and you've never seen an Amazon Renewed video before, here's a little bit about that program. Amazon Renewed is a program by Amazon where you can go on and buy older flagship phones for a really good price, at least most of the time. One of the cool things about it is these are products that are sold by third-party sellers that have a specific guarantee that they look new and their battery capacity is at least 80%. But one of the biggest draws about Amazon Renewed is the fact you have 90 days to return it if for some reason you don't like it. Amazon themselves now sell Amazon Renewed phones. Now here's the thing. This was not happening when I started this series. It was just third-party sellers selling older devices that they made sure were of those standards. Now Amazon is doing it, but they're charging more, and you might wonder, why is that? This particular listing is really interesting because not only do you get a better battery capacity, a guaranteed 90% or more, but you have a year to return it. They've actually added something to the program where now they have different conditions of the products you're looking at. Once upon a time, it was just Amazon Renewed, but now there's like good, excellent, like new, all that sort of thing. This is considered excellent, and I looked at it, and it is damn excellent. It looks exactly like a brand new phone, no scratches, scrapes, or anything. This phone isn't even a year old, so of course it should be in great condition. But because this phone has been used previously, I'm gonna tell you right now, I never trust these things, so I wipe them, and then I use my sponsor for today's video, trendmicro, to ensure that I don't get any little surprises waiting for me. We are barely halfway through 2023, and there are already tremendous amounts of leaks that have happened. And it's time for you to take it as seriously as the hackers. Introducing the Premium Security Suite from trendmicro. The Premium Security Suite from trendmicro offers maximum security protection for your PC and Mac with 24/7 support. Protection for Android and iOS devices. Nowadays, we shop on our phones, we send private messages on our phones, and we'll even bank on them. These things need to be secure, and trendmicro is there to do it. With ID security, you get peace of mind of knowing if your personal information is out on the dark web. It allows you to see if your email address, credit card number, passwords, or bank account details have been leaked due to data breaches. All this can be yours with a link in the description and a special discount thanks to trendmicro for protecting us and sponsoring this video. So I've had this for a while now, and what I think is funny is when you order an Amazon Renewed product, you get like some of the accessories. And what happens with every single Amazon product is you actually get a power brick with the Amazon Renewed series of phones, which is hilarious because if you buy this new, you don't even get a power brick. It's kind of crazy. You literally can just wait a couple months, spend less, and get a power brick with your phone. And I never actually watched the Samsung Unpacked for this, so I got this without knowing really anything about it other than it's the newest S series of phones, and I've had the S20 Ultra and S21 Ultra. I've done all of that before, but I did not watch any of the breakdown of this phone at all, and I think that's what most people are going to do when they go to Amazon and buy an Amazon Renewed phone. They're not necessarily going to have watched all the specials. So I went into this kind of just expecting a good experience, and that's exactly what I got. I also wanted to check out the actual phone call quality and text quality. I've seen some of you in the comments ask about this. So I paired it with Mint Mobile, a partner of mine, and it worked really well. If you're not familiar, Mint Mobile is an MVNO owned by T-Mobile. They use T-Mobile's network. So I paired it with one of their unlimited plans and surprisingly got faster speeds than my T-Mobile line, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But the cool thing about Mint is they're stupid cheap. They're like ridiculously cheap. I think their unlimited services started like $30 a month. And again, they're using the T-Mobile 5G network, so you got that coverage. But I have a little coupon down in the description where you can get the first 3 months for $45. I did an entire review about how my experience was on Mint. I absolutely recommend it. And when you get an Amazon Renewed phone, absolutely recommend checking out Mint. There's a link in the description below. Again, 50% off your first 3 months, $45, period, for 90 days. And using that service, I got great speeds, like I said, and also the phone quality. Now remember, this does also support Wi-Fi calling. I went from Seattle to Las Vegas to check out Evo, and I had perfect coverage no matter where I was. Even if I was dead center in the middle of a casino, I was able to take phone calls and send text messages just fine. So not only is the service, Mint Mobile, good, the actual antennas on this thing were excellent. Now let's talk about a couple of things that this phone brings. Now, of course, the cameras are great. I love it. I mean, the picture quality and the video quality is excellent. The one thing I wanted to test out was the zoom, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what this offers over a lot of other smartphones, is that ridiculous zoom that I've laughed at for a long time, because typically the 100 times zoom or whatever is never really that good. I did try it a couple of times, and sure, it actually works pretty well, and you can see things better. I just don't know how often you're going to be using a 100 or even 50 times zoom and sharing it somewhere, but it does work. There are instances where you probably would take advantage of this, maybe at a concert or something. So the quality there is fine, but the normal quality, normal video quality when you're using the normal, not 100 times zoom, is actually really good. But one of the things that makes this phone awesome and this entire series awesome is my former favorite, the S Pen. Except for this one had a weird problem. You see, on my version, and I don't know if it's specific to this particular phone or if it's for the S23 Ultra line, the S Pen always was partially popped out. Again, this is an Amazon renewed phone, so maybe that had something to do with it, but that kind of bothered me. But not nearly as much as the fact that the S Pen is on the wrong side of the phone. And yes, I know it's because it won't fit all the way in with the camera, but I know that, but that's not my problem. Put it back on the other side, Samsung. And as much as a fan of the S Pen as I am and the cool things you can do with it, the reality is I don't really use it that often. When I do use it, I'm absolutely in love with it. It's a great feature that really no other phone out there gives you the opportunity to take advantage of. Samsung's just got this on lock. The battery life on this thing is a savage. It's absolutely incredible, and it's my favorite thing about this phone because, like I've said a billion times before, if your phone dies, it doesn't matter what type of technology you have, it's completely useless. I was able to get through every single day in Vegas with no problems, and the thing that makes that interesting is when you're in the areas I were, especially with as many people crowded around as I was, a lot of times you will find your phone will drain faster as it tries to get connected to a cell tower that's not overloaded with everyone else in the area. And Las Vegas has been notorious for draining smartphones. I had no problems with this. As a matter of fact, the standby time on this phone is probably some of the best that I've seen in Android. Now, iPhone has a very similar standby time when you're not doing anything, but this thing idles awesome. I accidentally left it on for over a day straight when I was done with my testing. I just had it sitting on a table, and I realized that a day later, turned it on, and it still had like 70% battery after being on for well over 24 hours. Now, of course, I wasn't using it during that time, but the fact that it can still work, not drain all that time, shows me that it's a powerful battery. And to be clear, it wasn't on Wi-Fi, so it wasn't even able to sip the power as it normally would on Wi-Fi, which tends to happen. It was on 5G in an area where the 5G signal here is weak, so it probably was also trying even harder to maintain that signal. I'm super impressed by the battery life on this thing. And while this size won't be the best for everybody, for me, I love this size of phone. You have such a huge screen, which with my unfortunately deteriorating eyes is kind of more and more necessary. And of course, the speed on these phones nowadays is kind of the same as you would expect it. This basically feels like a brand new phone. So to answer your question, if you've seen the reviews of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and you get one from Amazon Renewed, it's pretty much the same thing. You've just saved money. Sorta. And this is why I say right now I would not buy this on Amazon Renewed. And that is a very simple thing, the price. I actually got this for $900 off of Amazon Renewed. Now, it's because I think we're so close to the actual release of this. If you wait a couple months and this thing goes down to $700 or so, then absolutely get it. But currently you can go to a lot of places, even like Best Buy, and get a brand new one for about the same price. Now, granted, Amazon Renewed gives you 90 days of return, which can't be beat, but I probably would just get a new one. Now, when would you buy an S23 Ultra? Like, what phone would you have to have in order to upgrade to this? If you're an iPhone user wanting to try Android, this is a really great and very impressive phone to switch to. So if you've ever wanted to do that, this is definitely a phone to do that with. And if you have a Samsung Galaxy S21 or S22, the thing is, like, the technology is so good. This thing is as fast as it ever has been, but the other two phones are great as well. As a matter of fact, I would even argue, even if you have an S20 Ultra, it wouldn't make sense to go to the S23. There's a feature or two maybe that you're going to get here that you don't have there, but they're just so good nowadays. As a matter of fact, the only phones I would say from the Android side of things when you're a Samsung owner that I would consider upgrading to this from is anything before the S20 Ultra. So $900, I would give this a pass. But in general, Amazon Renewed has been really, really good. And again, this one was called Excellent. No scratches, scrapes, or anything. Battery life was amazing, so it wasn't like this thing was drained very well. It was almost like this was just used for a day and someone returned it, and I got the benefit of what is basically a brand new S23 Ultra. So again, probably shouldn't buy this one, but I have a lot of videos about Amazon Renewed. And as a matter of fact, I'm not done. I got another one, and this one's an iPhone. So if you're interested in watching this video, hit the subscribe button. And in the meantime, you can watch some of my other videos. And I'll see you next time. Peace and love.